Today we will take a look at top most disappointing video games ever. This list delves into the most disappointing video games that have left enthusiasts underwhelmed and frustrated. Examining a range of titles that failed to meet expectations, these games serve as cautionary tales in the gaming industry. Let's start. 1. Despite its ambitious premise and great anticipation, No Man's Sky launched with a stripped-down feature set that fell short of player expectations. However, through numerous updates, the game has transformed significantly, gaining a more positive reception over time. Originally promised to feature multiplayer, which was absent in the initial release. As the editor's choice, No Man's Sky highlights the journey from disappointment to redemption. Its initial release is a case study in the impacts of hype and unmet promises in the gaming community. While it struggled initially, the dedication of its developers to improve the game has allowed it to become a respected title in the industry. 2. Hailed beforehand as a promising entry in the Aliens franchise, Aliens: Colonial Marines ultimately disappointed fans with poor graphics and subpar gameplay mechanics. Its failure to deliver on its trailer promises led to widespread criticism and low ratings. Involved various controversies over the game's quality and marketing practices. This title is marked as a notable example of misleading marketing within the gaming industry. Anticipated for its connection to the beloved Alien series, it fell short on multiple levels. Critics highlighted its numerous technical flaws, which marred the player experience significantly. 3. Final Fantasy XIII was met with mixed reviews due to its linearity and departure from the series' traditional gameplay elements. While it showcased stunning graphics and a compelling story, many fans felt it strayed too far from the franchise's roots. First game in the series to utilize a linear structure for the majority of its gameplay. As an editor's choice, Final Fantasy XIII exemplifies the clash between innovation and expectation in a beloved franchise. Its visual artistry and narrative depth are often overshadowed by player criticisms regarding gameplay restrictions. The game remains a divisive entry, sparking discussions among fans about the evolution of role-playing games. 4. Upon its highly anticipated release, Cyberpunk 2077 was met with criticism for its overwhelming number of bugs and performance issues, especially on last-generation consoles. The disparity between expectations set by marketing and the final product led to a significant backlash from the gaming community. At one point, the game's launch was so controversial that Sony temporarily removed it from the PlayStation Store. 5. After a development period of over 14 years, Duke Nukem Forever was released to overwhelmingly negative reviews that criticized its outdated gameplay and unoriginal humor. Fans of the original franchise felt let down by the final product that failed to live up to its long hype. Initially announced in 1997, the game went through multiple changes in direction and platform throughout its troubled development. 6. Mass Effect: Andromeda faced backlash for its numerous technical issues, awkward animations, and a story that felt disjointed compared to the original trilogy. Fans were disappointed as they hoped for a continuation of the beloved franchise's legacy but instead received a game riddled with bugs and underdeveloped narrative threads. The game was originally planned to release in late 2016 but was delayed to March 2017. 7. While it was eagerly anticipated, Final Fantasy XV received mixed reviews due to its convoluted story and inconsistent gameplay. Many fans found the game strayed too far from the series' traditional elements. The game underwent significant development changes over its 10-year development cycle. 8. Although promising with a new setting and protagonist, Assassin's Creed III was met with mixed reviews primarily due to its convoluted story and technical issues. Some fans expressed disappointment in how the game deviated from the core elements that made the series popular. The game introduced a new protagonist, Connor Kenway, but failed to resonate with longtime fans of the previous characters. 9. Despite high expectations from fans of the franchise, Battlefield 5 faced criticism over its historical inaccuracies, bugs, and lack of content at launch. The game struggled to maintain an active player base, ultimately leading to a disappointing reception. Battlefield 5 was part of a larger series that regularly reinvented itself, but it stumbled significantly compared to its predecessors. 10. Heralded for its stunning graphics, The Order 1886 fell short in gameplay, with a focus on linear storytelling that disappointed many players. The game's short length and lack of multiplayer options further deepened fans' discontent. The game took about 5 years to develop, but was criticized for its lack of substantial gameplay. 11. This action role-playing game set in the Sword Art Online universe received criticism for its lackluster gameplay mechanics and underwhelming story. Many fans anticipated a deeper, more immersive experience, which ultimately fell short of expectations. Based on the popular anime series, it aimed to attract fans but struggled with execution. 12. This installment of the Resident Evil series diverged from its horror roots and leaned more towards action, leading to a mixed reception. Critics highlighted the game's convoluted plot and numerous character arcs as disappointing compared to previous titles. Despite its commercial success, it is often cited as one of the weakest entries in the franchise. 13. While many were excited for an updated version of the iconic Skyrim, the special edition was criticized for its bugs and performance issues that marred the experience. Some fans felt that it did not offer enough new content to justify its release. The original Skyrim remains one of the most beloved games in the series. 14. Upon release, Resident Evil 5 received criticism for its departure from the series' horror roots, focusing more on action than suspense or strategic gameplay. Many fans of the franchise were left disappointed by this shift. The game became one of the best-selling titles in the franchise but was divisively received. 15. This online multiplayer version of the beloved franchise faced significant criticism for its numerous bugs, lack of human NPCs, and absence of engaging story elements at launch. Players expected an immersive world but encountered many technical issues instead. Fallout 76 is one of the most criticized video games. Okay, that's top 15. And here are 2 honorable mentions. 16. Homefront. The Revolution aimed to offer an immersive open-world experience but was criticized for its poor storytelling and technical flaws at launch. Despite showing promise, disconnect in execution left players feeling let down. The game featured a unique premise with a dystopian setting, but ultimately failed to deliver a coherent experience. 17. Despite being heavily anticipated as a revival of the franchise, many players found Doom 2016 to be a mixed bag due to its multiplayer component and lack of depth in the campaign. The single-player mode, while praised for its fast-paced action, didn't meet the high expectations set by its predecessors. And that concludes our ranking. Let us know your own top 10 in the comments below. Thanks for watching, IQ Tubers. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more intelligent content.